Hey guys! Welcome to Mama's Voice. In this program, we will meet priests from around the globe. We will discuss interesting features of their lives, from their humble beginnings, their calling, the churches, and more.
Sa ating episode ngayong araw, makikilala natin ang isang batang pari mula Pampanga. Alamin kung papaano na ma-manage ni Father John Paul Cabrera ang simbahan, paano siya nakikibagay sa mga tao, mga challenges na kanyang naranasan, at kung papaano niya pinaghahandaan ang kanyang mga misa na nagva-viral din online. Samahan niyo kami sa episode na ito dito lang sa Mama's Voice, Mama Mary's Voice.
Welcome po sa aming program po, Mama's Voice, Mama Mary's Voice. So Father, sa ating pong mga audience, magpakilala po muna kayo sa kanila, Father.
Okay, thank you Miss Karen for welcoming me in this interview. So I am Reverend Father John Paul P. Cabrera and I am from Baluco, Kapalit, Pampanga. I am currently assigned as the parish priest of San Ildefonso Parish. So I am 6 years in the ministry already. So I got ordained as a deacon in 2016. I think that was on April 25. And I got ordained as a priest on November 10, 2016 also. So yun, and I am already 4 years in this parish.
Mm-hmm. Father, first question po muna.
Opo.
Paano po kayo na-lead into the priestly life? Paano po kayong naging pare?
Yeah, I think my vocation study started when I was in grade 5. I joined the Knights of the Blessed Sacrament organization, and then little by little I got inspired by my parish priest, Reverend Father Arnel Pineda. So may his soul rest in peace. And then when I was in 4th year, the seminarians who had their apostolate in our parish, I got inspired by them. So I felt that they are always zealous in what they do, and they are really giving themselves in the parish, though they are just seminarians. And then when I was in 4th year high school, someone, the secretary of our parish priest back then, told me that we try to have the entrance examination in the seminary. So that was, I think, in 2004. And then unfortunately, that was in the 3rd Saturday of January, wherein we went in the seminary. So we came late. So the seminarians who were administering the entrance examination told us that we have to get back on the following Sunday or Saturday. And then we went back on the last Saturday of January. And then after a few weeks, I received a letter from the seminary telling me that I passed the entrance examination. So they were asking me to prepare something for my live-in interview. So 3-day live-in interview in the seminary. And then I attended that also. And then I passed again the live-in interview. And then in June 2004, I started to study in the seminary already. And then at first I was thinking that I cannot really live my life in the seminary because I know my personality. So, but I enjoyed it because of the company that I had in the seminary, because of the formators, their characteristics, their personalities. So, and at the same time, of course, God, I believe that God really moved in a mysterious way when I was in the seminary. Marami akong kalokohan, pero I think God's love is greater than my naughtiness.
Mm-hmm. Father, maputol ko lang po kayo. No? Sinabi niyo po kanina, you were being prepared for your live-in interview po. Tama po ba yung live-in interview po? Ano pong ibig sabihin
So,
nun?
live-in
Ano pong
interview,
nangyayari?
it is a foretaste of seminary life, because seminarians who are aspiring to become priests, They will be asking to stay in the seminary for 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They will be doing the seminary formation, the CASA, community life, apostolate life, spiritual life, and academic life. So we were interviewed then by the formators of the pre-college. So they were really challenging us with their questions if we really want to become priests. I remember that there were instances, there were questions that they are discouraging us actually. Why you need to become a priest wherein you can serve God even if you are not a priest? Those were the words that I've heard from them. And of course, you have to prove to them that you are really for priesthood. So
Parang
we started,
they are challenging you.
with their questions. We started 12 in the seminary. We graduated in the philosophy 9. And then 4 from that original batch continued. And then we finished 3.
Pabawas po talaga ng
Pabawas,
pabawas.
oo. Pabawas ng pabawas. Because in the seminary, you have to balance your life. Kailangan mong makisama. You have to study. You have to pray. You have to, of course, live with your community mates. So, hindi siya parang sarili mo lang. You have to think of the other things that really matter in the seminary formation. And of course, as seminarians, we were being observed by our formators. And then yung mahirap doon, yung academic life, kasi you have to maintain grades. Kasi may prueba eh. So if you fail, you will be considered as UP, under probation. Then if you fail again, bye-bye, seminary formation.
Father, can you describe to us po, ano po yung life inside the seminary? Baka akala po kasi ng iba, kapag pumasok na ng seminary, hindi na po makikita ng pamilya or makukulong na po doon, yung mga ganun.
Actually, siguro, if we try to bring back the past, in the old or early years of the seminary formation, in different seminaries, parang ganun yung buhay, most especially the religious, they will be staying in the seminary for a year. They cannot leave the seminary, they cannot go out, they cannot be with their families. But in our seminary, Mother of Good Counsel Seminary, so when I was a pre-collegian, we were allowed to go home at least once a month. The minors, the high school, they are being given once a month, they go home, and then once a month, their parents will go to the seminary. So in the seminary, that's what I thought also. Sabi ko, parang boring yata sa seminaryo. And then when I tried to be in the seminary, I enjoyed it. Masaya, naglalaro kayo sama-sama with different personalities pagsasamahin sa seminaryo. Yun yung challenging doon. Paano ka makikisama sa di mo katulad na personality? Kailangan mong i-balance yung sarili mo. You have to understand also the personalities, the characteristics of your co-seminarians.
Magbabalik kami after a few reminders. Kayo pa rin ay nanonood ng Mama's Voice, Mama Mary's Voice. For more 5 siglo content, like, share at subscribe natin ang ating mga social media platforms. Back on our interview with Father Pao.
How about your parents po, Father, your
Yeah.
family? Ano pong sabi po nila nung...
Yeah, actually, my mom was so supportive. And when I started studying in the seminary, I did not ask or I did not get a benefactor. Because I know myself, sabi ko, parang nakakaya kapag nag-benefactor ako, di ko tatapusin. And so my mom and my dad, they really tried their best just to provide for the things that I need, most especially financial matter in the seminary. So hanggang natapos ako ng pare, hindi ako nag-benefactor. Sila yung sumuporta sa akin. That's why I really love and at the same time, I really appreciate the sacrifice of my parents. Sa mga magulang ko, I love you and I miss you. Then after studying in the seminary, doon na sila bumalik dito sa Pilipinas para makasama ako. But ngayon, nasa sila, British Columbia with my sister tsaka yung mga pamangkin ko. Sila yung nag-aalaga doon. napatapos na nila ako. So proud ako sa mga magulang ko, dahil napakabuti nila. Gumawa sila ng paraan dahil naiiya ako mag-benefactor kasi alam ko nga di ako matatapos. Gumawa ng paraan ng Panginoon, tinulungan niya yung magulang ko para magtrabaho, para magpakairap, just to provide for the things that I need in the seminary formation.
And I'm sure proud po sila sa inyo dahil nakapagpatapos po sila ng pare, Father. Para po sa mga nakikinig sa atin na nanonood po sa atin, paano po ba yung finances sa loob ng seminary? Gaano po ba kagastos?
Actually, during our time, our board and lodging was I think 5,000. So you have to pay 5,000 monthly.
The whole year po?
Monthly.
Monthly.
5,000 may miscellaneous fee. I don't remember anymore our miscellaneous fee, but what I remember is the 5,000 that we pay monthly. And then aside from the miscellaneous fee, yung babayaran mo pa sa community para sa tubig, para sa pondo, magastos din. Tapos meron pang retreat, meron pang recollection. Ayan. Maswerte ka, you are lucky, you are blessed kung meron kang benefactors na tutulong sa'yo. So, ayun. Pero sa akin, syempre, sa tulong at awa ng Diyos, my parents were able to provide sa mga pangangailangan ko. And then, sa mga natatakot na baka hindi sila matapos, sa mga nagpapare dahil nahihirapan yung pamilya, I think just try to trust the Lord. Trust in Him. God will really provide naman for the things that you really need in life. He will provide most especially when you are really aspiring to become His servant as priest sooner or later. Tapos, marami namang mabubuting mga benefactors. There are a lot of generous benefactors who are really willing to help the seminarians in their studies.
At your very young age, bakit po priesthood na yung pinili nyo? Or may iba pa po kayong...
Actually, when I was still in high school, kasi my sisters went to Angeles University Foundation. Yung isa HRM, yung isa PT. And then I was planning to be there also at AUF. Nursing sana yung kukunin ko. Kaso nga lang, when I was already in 4th year, yun nga, as I said a while ago, the secretary of our parish priest then, Father Bot, si Kuya Lot, he invited me to take the entrance examination in the seminary. I remember si Kuya Lot, dahil 38 na yata siya noon, he was advised to go to Holy Apostles. But he did not pursue his priestly life. Ngayon, may 2 na yatang anak.
Father, kahit na young priest po kayo, may mga memorable experience po ba kayo during your life as a priest?
Siguro yung memorable and at the same time challenging experience yung pagiging parish priest ko dito sa San Ildefonso.
Technically, ito po yung first parish.
First as being the parish priest, being the parish priest. Pero na-assign na rin ako when I was a deacon sa Christ the King Parish, Pulong Kakutod. And then for 2 months I was assigned bilang kapalit for 2 months only ni si Father Adri. Pumunta siya kasi sa ibang bansa, pinalitan ko siya for 2 months, na-assign ako sa Santa Cruz. And then after being assigned at Santa Cruz, I was assigned as the assistant of Monsignor Jun Mercado. Sumalangit nawa ang kanyang kaluluwa. So habang naka-assign ako sa Lord's Transfiguration Parish LNS, ako rin yung chaplain ng Angeles University Foundation. Ayun. So bago ako nakarating dito. And then na-assign ako dito, I think I was assigned as the parish priest of this parish on May 18, 2019. And then the following year, early part of 2020, pandemic. So, sabi ko, nag-adjust pa lang ako sa parokya, iniisip pa lang namin yung budget namin kasi bilang parish priest, it's my first time to manage, of course, the people. Kasi dati assistant lang ako. Ngayon, nagbabudget na ako ng kuryente, nagbabudget na ako ng pagkain, nagbabudget na ako ng pambayad ng mga kasama ko sa kumbento. So, I have to consider these things and nangangapa pa ako. Tapos biglang dumating yung pandemic.
Yes po.
Pero of course, though pandemic or the peak of the pandemic, though I considered it as the most challenging moment in my priestly life, still the pandemic is an avenue for me to see all the more the generosity of God. Bakit? Kasi during pandemic, natatakot ako sa nakukuha ng panggastos. Doon pa kami mas maraming napagawa. Side roof, napagawa namin. Yung bakod, napagawa namin. Yung kitchen, napagawa namin. Yung parish hall, napagawa namin.
Wow.
Marami nang gawa dito dahil sa mga nakaraang pare. In-improve lang namin yung mga nagawa nila. Sa mga dating pari po ng parokya, Maya Paoras po, congratulations po. You were able to establish the parish. At ngayon po, parang inaani ko na lang yung tinanim nyo dito sa parokya.
Kumusta po kayo dito nung pandemic,
Pandemic,
Father?
okay naman. I also experience and at the same time recognize the generosity of the people of this parish. My parishioners, they are so generous. They really supported me. Gulay, ulam, dinadala na ako sa parokya. Tapos dito rin ako sa parokya ko, twice na akong I got operated twice. 2021 and 2022. So total thyroidectomy yung ginawa sa akin. And then neck dissection. Ayan, hanggang dito. Kinuha yung bukol na parang tusino. Ayan. Doon ko mas lalong nakita yung pagmamahal ng Diyos sa akin. Pandemic, binigyan ako ng maraming projects. Hindi lang projects ng sakit, pero napagdaanan ko. Karen, yun yung maganda doon, ano? Sa mga nangyayaring di maganda, doon mo makikita lalo yung kabutihan ng Panginoon. Tapos, yung kabutihan din ng mga parishioners ko. Nagkaroon din kami ng community pantry dito. Ayan, community pantry.
Dahil mostly po, mga farmers po
Farmers,
yung dito.
oo. Alam mo, I was so hesitant to have it Kasi sabi ko, baka walang sumuporta. Sinampulan lang namin sa meeting. So sa meeting, may nag-share ng 2,000. Naka 12,000 kami sa PPC meeting pa lang. And then nung pinost namin sa Facebook that we were planning to have the community pantry, yung mga ibang parishioners na may farm, nagbigay ng gulay, may nagbigay ng bigas, may nagbigay ng itlog, may nagbigay ng canned goods. Ang dami naming natulungan. Ayun, nakikita ko doon yung generosity ng Panginoon. God really works in mysterious ways.
Magbabalik ang Mama's Boys, Mama Mary's Boys, kaya huwag kayong aalis. We are still with Father John Paul Cabrera dito sa San Ildefonso Parish, Magalang, Pampanga. Like, share at subscribe natin ang episode na ito to spread the good news and good vibes.
How about your social communications ministry po? Kumusta po
Yung SOCMED ba yan?
Yes po,
Oo.
Father.
Actually, napakasimple lang, napaka-basic lang ng gamit namin. We have one tripod and cellphone that we use every time we have the Holy Eucharist, the Mass, hindi katulad ng mga cameras ninyo, ang gaganda, so yun, pinagkakasya namin kung ano yung meron kami. Importante doon we are of course reaching the people, the parishioners outside this parish, yung mga nasa abroad, through FB live streaming. Okay naman sila. Actually, kapag wala yung mga ako rin yung nagpe-play ng live, ako rin yung nag-manage ng page, Pero marami ding tumutulong ng mga kabataan wherein they are really giving their time sa SOCMED. Unfortunately, dahil nag-normal na yung klase, unlike during the peak of the pandemic, nandyan lang sila sa bahay, madaling kontakin, madaling tawagin. Pero ngayon, medyo nahihirapan na sa schedule. Di na katulad ng dati. Pero they are still active. Yung mahirap lang dito, meron din kaming biniling mga camera na simple lang. Kaso nga lang, yung parang yung signal yung mahirap. Di namin maayos. Pero they are really trying their best just to provide the good quality of our FB live streaming. Nakakapanood naman nalalive naman namin sa page namin
And yung ibang post niyo po, Father, medyo may mga comedy skits din po. At yung iba nagva-viral po, Father.
Oo. Alam mo, yun yung kailangan ng tao ngayon, social media. Lalong-lalo na ngayong panahon natin, yung maraming mga vloggers na magagaling. Meron ding mga vloggers na basta sumikat lang, kahit bastos yung sasabihin, kahit magmura, okay lang sa kanila. So bilang pangontra siguro sa mga ganong bagay, kailangan nating, we have to share the message of the Lord. Isip tayo ng mga inspiring words, inspiring stories, comedies, just to make people appreciate still the word of God. At least hindi lang puro kabastusan. Kasi kapag nakikita nila puro bastos, puro mura, baka yung next generation, karamihan nagmumura na, karamihan bastos na. Oo. So, panglaban natin sa mga ganon, ano.
And that is one way of telling the people po na ang simbahan ay hindi boring po. Father,
Oo. Iniisip kasi nila, kailangan if I attend the mass, I will be entertained. Hindi naman entertainment yung misa eh. So sa ibang avenue mo ngayon tirahin yung mga kabataan, lalong-lalo na yung mga taong hindi nagsisimba, kapag nakikita nila sa Facebook page na, komedyante yung pari na to, naglalaro ng basketball yung pari na to, ganun pala yung simbahan, hindi boring, masaya. Totoo naman yun, sa kanta pa lang ang buhay ng Kristiyano ay masayang tunay. De patunayan natin sa kanila.
Father, ano pa po yung ibang projects and initiatives niyo po dito sa parokya?
Pagdating nga ninyo kanina, dumating din yung karo. Ano? So I am telling the people na sana dumating yung araw, yung pinuposisyon natin lahat ng mga kasama sa passion and death of our Lord Jesus Christ. Kaya nga, pinost ko rin yung listahan ng kung sino yung pwedeng ipagawang santo, ano? Para makumpleto kapag nagpuposisyon kami. And then yung ipapagawa pa namin, yung adoration dyan, ano? Adoration chapel sa gilid, and then yung garay ng pare, tapos yung office, then yung banyo sa likod ng stage, tapos yung formation din namin ng mga organizations, kailangan din mabigyan ng pansin. So yung upcoming event namin, we'll be having the Lenten Pilgrimage in Subic, Zambales. So we will be visiting 8 churches sa Subic, Zambales. Then we'll be having our Mass. Aside from the Stations of the Cross, we'll be having our Mass there with Father J.M. Guiliano. So that, of course, our Lenten season will become more meaningful. And then we'll be, of course, reflecting about the passion, death, and resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Father, bukod po sa mga to, sa mga activities na ginagawa nyo, sa work nyo po dito sa parokya, may free time pa po ba kayo? And kung meron po, ano po yung, sabi niyo po kanina, nagba-basketball po yata.
Just like last night, we played at the, we played in Balastisyo, exhibition game with the St. Patrick's Selection Boys. At least people there saw me playing, siguro natawa sila, naging masaya sila, sana, at least it's also my own way to inspire, most especially the youth, na hindi boring yung pagiging pare. Kasi parami yung Katoliko, yung mga pare hindi naman mabilis dumami. Alam mo yung kasabihan sa Kapampangan sa mga pare, ang dakal mayayawos, di taklarang mapipili. Dinagdagan pa yon. Many are called but few are chosen. Sa Kapampangan, dakal larang mayawos, di taklarang mapipili. Dapat kareng mapili at paring tatabili. That is a reality. That is a reality. And so kung reality yon, we have to inspire young people to, of course, at least try the seminary life. Ako naman, hindi ko naman kagad inisip na pagpasok ko sa seminary, magiging pari ako. Parang talagang nakita ko lang nagtrabaho yung Panginoon. Kasi ang dami sa batch namin, mas banal, mas mabuti, mas zealous sa pagpapare. Pero kung sino pa yung parang, totoo yun, naniniwala, kung sino pa yung loko, ganon. Ako pa, hindi ko alam kung, di ba, mabuti yung Panginoon eh. Sa bagay, the Lord does not choose the worthy, but He makes worthy those people whom He calls. Hindi naman tinatawag ng Panginoon yung karapat-dapat, pero ginagawa niyang karapat-dapat yung mga taong tinawag niya.
Well said po, Father. Pero Father, kung may mga nanonood po sa atin, like, especially po yung mga kabataan na lalaki, and yung mga babae na rin po na nag-iisip kung gusto po nilang pumasok into the religious life, ano po yung masasabi niyo po sa kanila? May mga tips po ba kayo?
Yes, unang-una, seminary formation or priestly life is not a boring thing. Always remember that, always believe the song, ang buhay ng Kristiyano ay masayang tunay. Nasa sayo na lang kung lulungkot ka sa buhay mo bilang seminarista, bilang pare. You have to try it. Maganda yung buhay na to wherein you are really serving God as a priest, you are serving God as a sister, as a nun, as a religious. Ano po yung message niyo po, Father, sa inyo pong mga parishioners, both
here po at saka po yung mga nasa
nanonood.
abroad po.
Okay. To my parishioners, first I would like to thank you for allowing me to experience the generosity of God through you. Thank you for your kindness, for your support to our parish. Just always remember that as your priest, I am not a perfect priest. You are not perfect also, but let us not forget that we have a perfect God who is always ready to fill in what is lacking in us. So, may papangadi, may kakalugod, may papananggap. And as I always tell you, sa parokya natin, walang KSP. Yung KSP kasi, ay kulang sa pansin yung alam natin. Pero sabi nga ni Father Vic, KSP is walang kanya-kanya, walang salbag-salbag, walang pate-pate. Walang kanya-kanya, walang salbag-salbag. Sa mga Tagalog, yung walang salbag-salbag sa Tagalog, iwai-walay. Tapos walang pate-pate, walang away-away. Let us learn to love one another. Maiksi lang yung buhay, no? Don't spend your life by having grudges, bitterness in your heart. But I think we have to express the love of God to one another. Because if we learn to love each other, doon nagiging ganap yung pagmamahal natin sa Diyos.
Thank you very much po, Father, sa inyo pong pagpapaunlak sa amin. Siguro po, invite po natin sila na i-view po ang inyong page. At saka kung may mga activities po kayo na gusto po nilang suportahan.
Okay, just follow our page, San Ildefonso Parish. And then, wala pa naman yung sa parochial lang, parochial level yung activities. Sa bagay, may mga nanonood na mga parokya. Just continue supporting our parish, most especially when we have projects, when we have activities, sa mga hindi nakakapagsimba, you are invited to attend the Holy Eucharist, para mas makita natin, madama natin, mapagnilayan natin yung naging pagmamahal, pagsasakripisyo, pagpapatawad ng Diyos sa atin.
Thank you very much po ulit, Father, sa inyo pong time and of course, sa pag-welcome niyo din po sa amin sa inyo pong parokya.
Okay, thank you rin for giving me this opportunity to be with you in this interview. I appreciate it and I pray to God that He will guide you more and more so that you can fulfill your duty, your ministry, your obligation, your mission in the Archdiocese. Actually, hindi lang sa Archdiocese, sa buong Pilipinas yata. Sana hindi lang dito sa Pilipinas, makarating kayo ng abroad. Because it is a good avenue for you to expose the life of the priest, the life of the parish in the Archdiocese and into different dioceses, just for those people who are not aware about it, they will become aware. At the same time, they can, of course, know how to help, how to support dito sa Archdiocese natin. Alam ko, masaya yung bishop sa ginagawa ninyo.
Maraming
masaya din
salamat.
yung pare. Thank you, Karen.
Thank you po.
Thank you rin po sa mga staff na tumulong.
I would like to thank Simpao Makapagal Optical for my eyewear. We would like to thank the following.
There you have it, guys. Thank you for joining us in this episode of Mama's Boys. Hope to see you in our future episode. This has been your host, Karen Day. Jamataray Shune!